What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Celia's Network. Super excited about the video today. We'll be doing a top 8 report and deck list profile with my friend Ryan Antonucci, who just got top 8 at the largest Pokemon TCG tournament ever, the NAIC North American International Championships. Ryan, why don't you say hi to everyone?
What's up, guys? I'm Ryan. Been playing for 6 years, and some accomplishments I have are day 2ing Virginia, top 64 Hartford, and winning the Boston Open in seniors a few years ago.
Oh wow, I actually didn't know you won the Boston Open in seniors. That's sick.
Yeah.
So, how has your transfer from... This is your first year in Masters, correct?
Yep.
So how's the transfer felt from seniors to Masters, especially in a year where we have so many players and so many good players?
I actually kind of like it more because, I don't know, the people are a lot more chill. League Cups are more fun because there's not like 2 people going there, so you can actually play some fun games against people.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so, and did you have your Worlds invite before going into this tournament?
Yes.
Awesome. So your goal for NAIC was to just do the best that you could?
Yeah, I just wanted to get a placement, like day 2.
Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so you played Zorak Lycanroc. Anyone that is not new to the channel will know that I am the internet's biggest advocate of Zoroark. I've been spewing my knowledge and my belief in it all over the place. How did you select Zorak Lycanroc, and how far ahead, how long before NAIC did you lock in that this was probably your choice?
So at first I really liked Buzz Rock and Buzz Garb, but then after I played against you at the finals of a League Cup, I realized that Zoroark was busted. So I played that a lot, and then the day before I realized that weakness policy was really good with it. So I added that like the day before. Thanks to Already and Regan Retzloff that gave me the idea.
Nice. Yeah, weakness policy definitely seems good. And so did you add in a reverse valley when you added in the weakness policy?
Oh yeah, I took out parallels for the reverse valley, and what did I take out? A choice ban and a timer ball for the weakness policy.
Definitely makes sense. Yeah, sounds good. Okay, so yeah, my next question was, what were the unique inclusions for your deck? Weakness policy, definitely 2 of those slots. Reverse valley, some people were playing 1, but 2 is definitely a little different. Baby Buzz might be the other unique thing about your deck, which not everyone was doing. So tell me a little bit about Baby Buzz.
Yeah, it was mainly for other Zoroark decks because they just take 2 prizes and then you just one-shot anything with it, and it's really difficult for them to kill it, so you can even kill 2 Zoroark GXs with it. But it actually helped me around, I think, round 5 against Gustavo Wada, who was playing Hoopa, and it helped me on stream against Zoroark a lot because they literally have no way of killing it if you can limit your item count.
What was the one right after Zoro? I think we lagged a little bit. After Gustavo, what was the one that helped you against?
Zoroark Garbodor.
Oh, okay, word. And was that on stream, you said?
Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. And Gustavo was playing, was he playing Hoopa?
Oh yeah, he was playing quad attacking Hoopa.
I actually didn't know that. I didn't know what he was playing through the whole tournament. Okay, cool. Yeah, so Baby Buzz definitely versatile, and it's just a really good one prizer in a deck where you're usually attacking with Lycanroc or Zoroark. The last thing before we go into the tournament report is actually a unique card that isn't included. Mew EX is not in your deck. So how did you feel about not having a Mew EX?
Yeah, so since I had weakness policy in reverse valley, I'm like, I already have 4 cards to beat 1 deck. I really don't want to play a Mew EX. But it actually would have helped me throughout the tournament a lot against Malamar decks, believe it or not. I kind of wish I had it for that, but also starting with it's really bad, so I didn't want to have it for that reason too.
Cool. Yeah, definitely makes sense. You don't want to make your whole deck towards beating Buzzrock when it's only going to be like a third of what you play against. So let's go into the tournament report, day 1 Swiss. You want to go round by round for me if you have that prepared?
Yeah, so round 1 I played against Zoropod. He had 2 E-Hammer, so it was a little scary since I played all special energy.
Mm-hmm.
Round 1, he just could not get a grass energy, so I'm like, all right, that's fine. I'm just gonna sweep with Lycan Rock with a weakness policy on it.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, so he just like had no way of killing it unless he had Field Blower, which he
Mm-hmm.
didn't either.
So
And
you
then
need the
round
field
2,
blower and the grass energy instead of just
yeah,
the grass energy.
yeah. And then round 2, I think the same thing happened. He got 2 really good E-Hammer turns, which kind of screwed me over a little bit, but it didn't really matter just because of like Rocket weakness policy.
Nice.
Round
So
2,
2-0 round 1.
yeah.
Cool.
Round 2, I played against Labris. I pretty much got really good starts both games, beat him round 1, and then or game 1 and then game 2. He was in a pretty good spot. He Sycamored into triple max elixir,
Mm-hmm.
and he failed all 3 of them,
Oh.
so he ended up losing me. And then round 3, I played against Brandon Salazar. He won a few years ago, Nationals.
Yeah.
He beat me round 1. What happened? Something bad happened there. I think I got a double prize penalty because, yeah, I Brooklyn Hilled with a full bench, and I got a double prize penalty. So I lost that
wow.
game.
Okay.
Yeah. And then round 2 and 3, I was just able to sweep him with Zark and Reverse Valley. Really not much he could do. Round 4, I played against Malmar.
So you're undefeated here.
Yeah, 3 out. Round 4, I played against Malmar. Round 1 was pretty easy. Round 2, he got literally everything. And I Lycan Rocked up a Malmar, end him to 1. He drew past for 3 turns straight until I was able to Lycan Rock up the Marshadow, kill it, and then he had no response. So I was able to win that game that way, just from him dead drawing up the end. Round 5, I played against Gustavo Wada, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
Both games, I just bridgeted for a Baby Buzz and a Mewtwo. And
Oh, wow.
sure, yeah, and just made sure that my attackers were better than his. Because his deck just revolves around his Pokemon not being able to be attacked. So I can just play around that with the Baby Buzz and Mewtwo and then just puzzle them back really easily.
Cool.
So I won that. Round 6, I played against Michael Prem a lot. He 2-0'd me. I played pretty bad game 1. I made a really risky play where he drew Sledgehammered. So I'm like, all right, he's got a dead hand. So I went in with Lycan Rock that I already had evolved. And he had a Rockruff on the bench with an energy. So it was pretty risky because if he drew out of it, I was just going to lose right there because he could just danger sort of my Lycan Rock.
Yeah.
And I did that. Next turn, he managed to get the Lycan Rock and the energy, and I died. So that was pretty bad. And then game 2.
It's hard to come back from that.
Yeah, game 2, he just destroyed me again. I forget what happened, but he just did.
Okay,
And
so
then-
5-1?
Yep. And then after that, I played against William Woodard. He's actually a newer player, I think. He's really good, though, for, like, being a newer player. I played against him at Virginia as well, and he was playing Malmar this week.
Mm-hmm.
And he drew really bad, like terribly. There was really nothing he could do. I started Lele both games and played N, so I drew really bad too. But he just drew even worse. And since it was also a bad matchup for him, I just ended up 2-0ing him there.
And what's this, Psychic Malamar?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't play against any Ultra Necrozma, which is pretty crazy. Just
Yeah,
all
I
Psychic
didn't
Malamar.
day 1 either.
Yeah,
all
and then round 8, I played against Ben Potter on stream, and I was so mad to be on stream because I did not want to be on stream. I just knew I'd be really nervous.
Okay.
And he was playing Lucario Lycan Rock.
Yeah, my friend actually played him for the win in the round after.
Oh, yeah, and Ben... Wait, who was it?
My friend DJ played him, and Ben won.
Okay. Yeah, he's really good. Round 1, I think I did some sequencing errors. Like, I traded and then Brooklet Hill for a Rockruff because I realized that he had Brooklet Hill. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so dumb. That was, like, obviously, like, the wrong way to do it because I want to thin, obviously.
So a suboptimal ordering, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. And I ended up losing round 1. Round 2, I beat him. I forgot what happened. And then round 3, we had, like, no time left. We had, like, maybe 6 or 7 minutes. And it was looking like a tie. Like, I was beating him, but I didn't have enough... I So time was called when I was at 3 prizes. So I was turn 0. I take a knockout, and then it's his turn. He's turn 1. He has a full bench, and he uses Brooklyn Hill. So
Oh, wow.
he got a double prize penalty, and I won the game. I'm like, that did not just happen. It
Oh
literally
my
just happened with me a few
God.
rounds ago.
Yeah,
So I
because
was so happy.
you did
I
it
was
on the
so
other side, right?
Yeah,
In the
I
other
did it.
round.
Now he did it. So I'm like, no way. I'm actually gonna make day 2, and
Yeah,
I won on stream. I was
that's
so
crazy.
happy.
That's
Yeah.
awesome though. So you're going into the last round. That's 7-1, right?
Yep. And this is pretty much day 2. Like I'm just playing for top 8 now, pretty
Yep.
much, or top 16 or whatever.
Mhm.
And I played against Edward Kwang. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Kuang, but he's playing Malmar. I 2-0'd him, or 2-1'd him.
Okay.
He used Marshadow a lot. I killed an Inkay, and then the turn after, right away, he was just able to get Marshadow out, triple psychic recharge, copy Moon's Eclipse GX to knock out my Zark.
So is that the game you lost?
Yeah, I did lose that one.
Okay.
And he did it round 3, but I was still able to win despite him getting that. But he played really well and drew well, obviously. And I got 4 Zarks out on game 2.
Oh,
so,
wow.
yeah, you can't really do much against that. You're literally all psychic attackers, and I just have like 4 Zarks just trading away.
Yeah. They have to get really lucky and stream their Marsh Shadow really efficiently.
Yeah, and like my game plan against that deck a lot is to end them late game because the deck's really inconsistent in the later stages.
Oh, yeah.
But he was playing Oranguru, so it's actually pretty difficult. So I actually killed the Oranguru with Lycanroc and end him, which made him dead draw and not win round 3.
Cool.
And then going into day 2, round 10, I played against Malamar.
So let's back up just for a second. So your record going into day 2 of the biggest tournament ever is 8-1.
Yep.
And your 3rd seed?
Yeah, 3rd seed in the blue pod.
Okay, so are you stressed, excited? What are you thinking?
I'm just like, I just want to make top 8 now.
So there's a lot on the line here, but you did make day 2. So even if it ended there, you'd still be happy with just making day 2 at NAIC, you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. And so looking at the other people in day 2 and the decks, if you know some of the decks, what are you thinking about your matchups overall?
I actually had no clue what was in day 2.
Okay.
I was just like going with the flow.
Cool. Hope to hit a couple Malamars.
Which is what happened.
Yeah. So round 10, round 1 of day 2 Swiss.
Yep, round 10 I played against Malamar. What's Hoopa's first attack? He like misused
The Psychic Koopa?
Yeah.
It puts 20 on 2 things, but it can just do 2 to the bench or 1 active, 1 bench.
Yeah, he used that attack on my Zeruas instead of my Rockruffs, which he then realized was a misplay.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
And because like I was just able to get out Lycanroc, and then his Necrozma GX was 10 damage short when he used its attack on my Lycanroc.
Yeah,
so he realized he put the damage counters on the wrong Pokemon there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I 2-0'd him, I think.
Okay.
I got really rough starts against him too. Game 1, I started Mewtwo and Zorua, attached DCE, and just used Psychic. He knocks me out, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna lose apparently. But then I top deck N and get another Zorua, so I was able to stall it out a little bit and then eventually win.
Nice.
I was able to win that. Round 11, I played against Adam Hawkins.
And this was your top 8 opponent in the future, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So round 1, he actually did exactly what my round 9 opponent did. He was able to get a triple psychic recharge on a Marshadow to knock out my Zoroark. So that was really bad. So he won that game. Round 2, I forget what happened, but I just know that I beat him. And then round 3, he Cynthia's and draw 7 cards instead of 6.
Oh my god, your opponents with the prize card penalties.
I know. I know. And
so did that cost them the match?
It cost him a double prize penalty, which then let me play extremely differently. Like, I just was like, all right, 1 dangerous rogue and 2 riotous beatings on GXs, and I win the game.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what I did. I think I killed a Lele and a Necrozma to win the game.
Sounds good. So yeah, you were able to play a little more aggressively and not worry about the 5th and 6th prizes.
Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. So
So,
round 12, I believe?
yeah, round 12, I play against Fabian. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he's playing Zorogarb.
Right.
Round 1, he killed 3 of my Rockruffs really early in like 4 turns or something. And that just made it so like I could not win the game. He was just killing all of my attackers. Round 2, I was able to attack him with Zorks early. Like, I was able to kill all of his Zeroas early with my Zork. And that put him in a really bad spot, because then I was also able to power up a Lycanroc GX on the bench while I was doing that. And as he got out his first Zork, I was able to knock him out with Lycanroc. So
Cool.
that won me game 2. And then game 3, it was pretty back and forth. He had to retreat into a Lele with Floatstone on his Zork and not attack me. So I'm like, oh, he's out of energies. So I make a play where I retreat my Lycanroc into a Baby Buzz, multi-switch onto that Baby Buzz, the strong from my other Lycanroc, and then I Sledgehammer it for 140.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then he just draws and concedes, because he had no energies, obviously, to retreat.
Wow,
So,
multi-switch to a Baby Buzz. Not something many people are seeing in this tournament.
yeah, definitely. Round 13, I played against Ahmed Ali. He's playing Buzzrock. Weakness Policy and Reverse Valley just won me the entire series, pretty much. That's all I did against him.
Yeah, I actually watched this one because you guys were at an end table.
Yeah, and towards the end, he made a misplay. He attached a Beast Energy to his bench Buzzwole instead of the Basic Fighting, where if he attached the Basic Fighting, I wouldn't have been able to Enhance Hammer it, making him be able to win on the next turn.
Okay.
So that's what he even mentioned it, that he shouldn't have done that. And I ended up winning that. And then after that, that puts me at 12-1, so I'm guaranteed top 8. So now I'm just either scooping or trying to beat people, depending on how good of a matchup it is, so I can pretty much manipulate the bracket for top 8.
Yeah.
With the help of Rahul Reddy, because he like told me how to do it, because I had no clue what I was doing with that stuff. So, yeah, I play against Stefan Ivanov, round, 14? I scooped to him because he's playing Zorogarb, which is a good matchup for me.
Right.
I want him to be in top 8. And then I play against Tord Reklev. I scooped to him too, because scooping to him put him at like the higher seeds and me in the middle seed.
So you wouldn't have to play him in top 8, right?
Yeah, I did not want to play him in top 8. That's like such a bad matchup. The only way I can win that is if he can take 2 1-prize knockouts or a 2-prize knockout to let me Sledgehammer, kill his Zork, and then him not having a response to that Baby Buzz the turn after.
Yeah.
Like, so I can take 2 Zork GX knockouts. That's like my only way of winning.
Yeah, and even from there, even if you got down to 2 prizes, your next 2 prizes are looking pretty rocky to get.
Yeah, especially with all those hammers. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
And then top 8, I play against Adam Hawkins. I lose 1-2. I think, yeah, he drew extremely well and also played really well. There was a play that I could have maybe done better where I Lycanrocked up a Lele instead of a Necrozma, which a lot of people probably thought was a really weird play, but my reasoning was, so if I knock out the Lele instead of the Necrozma, he needs a Floatstone to be able to use another attacker instead of a like manual attachment and a Floatstone to get a knockout.
Right.
That was my reasoning. He ended up getting the Floatstone, so it ended up not paying off.
So that was game 3, right?
Yeah, it was game 3.
So what happened in games 1 and 2?
I honestly forget.
And so I know you had a pretty poor starts, games 1 and 3, correct?
I think so.
And so do you remember if you took game 1 or game 2? It's on stream, so if anyone wants to put the pieces together, they could just go watch it. But to lose to Malamar, you did need some suboptimal draws and starts.
Mhm.
Um,
Uh,
so you played to your outs in game three. It didn't pay off, but honestly, there was a few things he could hit. I do think hitting the Lele was nice because then he didn't just need manual attachment to retreat to win the game. Any other notes that you had for this match?
yeah. So round two, I got 4 Zorks out actually and beat
Mm-hmm.
him.
Yeah, he can't come back from that, like we said earlier. It's really hard for Malamar to deal with that.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, you did lose in top eight, but fortunately, you made top eight.
Yeah.
So congratulations to you for that huge, huge accomplishment. Uh, Probably making you feel pretty good going into Worlds.
Yeah. I think so. I don't really know what's good because I haven't been testing and there's nothing on TCGO, so I can't test really. I'd have to
Right,
proxy cards, which
right.
stinks.
Yeah, which is what I have been doing. um, so looking back at your list, do you think you played the correct archetype in Zoroark?
I think so, especially for me, except the deck I'm most comfortable with.
Right. I would tend to agree, unless I could have seen Tord Reklev's list the night before the tournament. I uh, I definitely think Zoroark was my best pick as well. Um,
Yeah.
it's not very fun going into the Zoro control though.
Yeah.
What about list wise? So, are you happy with the new inclusions you made, or is there something you wish you didn't take out? Anything else you wish you thought of?
No, I actually really like my list. I really like the 3 Guzma. I used to have 2, but I ended up
Right.
cutting something for a third one. 3 Guzma is just so good.
Yeah, I think you cut the Acerola for the
Yep.
third Guzma.
Yeah, I did not miss Ace Rolla the entire tournament, actually. I
Uh,
didn't need it.
and juxtaposed, I would have really missed it. I think I won two of my rounds because of Acerola.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah, but yeah, no, definitely a good decision. You were able to go more aggressive, and that's what Zoroark kind of relies on. Its whole game is aggressive while you're drawing a massive amount of cards.
Yeah, and I also think I maybe missed the MUEX, especially for against all the Malamar decks that I played against, like the straight Psychic decks.
Yeah.
It's another Pokemon that can just one-shot their attackers,
Mm-hmm.
and getting attackers out is a lot more difficult for their deck than it is my deck because I have trades, and I can take advantage of a late game N to make them also not be able to draw into their Pokemon.
Right.
So, yeah, if there's one card that I would add, it would probably be a Mew EX. I don't know what I would take out, though. Maybe a Baby Buzz.
Cool. Sounds good. Sounds very good. So before we wrap this video up, I wanted to ask you if you have any early thoughts on worlds, maybe archetypes, or even just cards from the new set or cards from older sets you think are going to come back. Just anything that's going through your head when you think about worlds right now.
Yeah, so with the new Zork deck, or the Towards deck that he
Yeah,
came second with,
Zorak Control.
yeah, I think maybe a Macargo could be good in that. The new Macargo that puts a card on the top of your deck.
Yeah,
That might be pretty good.
I already put a 1/1 in.
Yeah, sounds pretty good.
It's
Um,
it feels like cheating. I played 4 hours of it yesterday. It literally feels like I'm cheating at the card game.
wow. Um, I like Rayquaza GX. That's pretty good. I haven't tested out it obviously, but it just sounds like you can just discard everything, attach a bunch of energies, use that Latios Prism to attach everything from your discard onto your Pokemon, and just one-shot things really early on.
Yeah, it at first it kind of feels like the old Mega Raid deck. Not, it's going for a lot of energy instead of a lot of basic Pokemon. But you're just kind of powering through your deck, not really caring about resources to get this board state where you're just KOing something every turn.
Yeah, and if that
It's
deck,
really fast.
yeah, if that deck ends up being good, I think Zorogarb will be also good because
Absolutely.
it's just a really consistent deck, and it just gives it one more good matchup, I think, because you can just use Trash Lance to one-shot the Rayquaza that's discarding everything from its deck.
Yeah, Trash Lanch is OKOing on turn two, guaranteed.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, Ryan, thanks again for being on here. I'm going to let you do your shout outs before we say goodbye.
I don't think I have any shout outs. Shout out to Dan and Will Wallace for taking me to the tournament. Shout out to Rahul Reddy for giving me the list and helping me scoop the people. You can get his coaching on Dark Patch, I think.
Yeah, thedarkpatch.com.
Yeah, so do that. And that's it, I think.
Cool, cool. Well, congrats again on top 8. I'm sure many will be looking forward to seeing your performance at Worlds, as will I. It was great to see a friend do that well, a local player too. Yeah, so great performance. Hope you guys enjoyed this list and tournament report from Ryan Antonucci, top 8 at NAIC. We'll be back this week with a top 32 finisher and myself and a friend that both received our Worlds invites with top 128. I'll see you next time here on Celio's Network.